we need to talk about the realities of corporate work these days. White-collar workers are facing a new kind of challenge, one that's not about productivity, but about the ultimate time suck: meetings. According to an article from The Atlantic titled "White-Collar Work is Just Meetings Now," since the 1990s, time spent in meetings has increased by 50%, and since 2020, that number has only skyrocketed, tripling in some cases. Also cited in the same article was research from Microsoft stating that they even found that a new, quote, mini workday has formed in the late evening because after a full day of meetings, workers are left logging back on around 10 p.m. to catch up on the real work. This meeting industrial complex, as Derek Thompson calls it in his article, has turned collaboration into a never-ending cycle of check-ins, updates, and calls. But where does creativity fit in here? Where does the actual progress, the real work, happen? Well, for many, the answer is it doesn't, until after hours when you're already drained from a day of talking about the work instead of actually doing it. For me, I came from a traditional marketing agency background, and I can totally relate to this feeling. Even in the best case scenario, there's often multiple calls, touch bases, meetings, and updates throughout the day. In the corporate space, this is absolutely the norm, and I completely relate to the feeling of working all day but being behind on the real meat of your work. This is honestly what attracted me to work at Breezy to begin with, because they were actively working to disrupt this approach in the marketing industry, and I wanted to do the same and be a part of the change. Instead of packing the day with unnecessary meetings, we very intentionally streamlined absolutely everything. So our own time, energy, and budget, and even more so that of our clients, goes into the actual work that needs to get done. Clients aren't paying for endless calls or getting stuck in back and forth email chains. They want direct access to a team that focuses on one thing: getting the work done that pushes their businesses forward. Ultimately, being more intentional with your time and schedule means more time for creativity, strategy, and growth without the need for a second shift after dinner just to catch up on tasks that should have been done during the day. While meetings may have taken over much of our modern workday, we're here to shift the focus back to what actually matters: results. So, let's cut the red tape and start building something real. Have you experienced this meeting overload? If you have, we'd love to know what your thoughts are.